for SK in the beginning, but it's G2 that get absolutely everything.
I love Yike. You know, I saw his dad today in the hotel lobby. He was smiling at me. I really like him as well. He's a very genuine dad, you know. But I will have to make him sad tomorrow. I'm sorry if you look at this.
Blue wall, faites place pour Tar, Car,
You feel confident that you guys can make it happen? I mean, Nisqy. Oh, hello.
Hello. What did you say, Nisqy?
I will stomp bot lane.
You will stomp bot lane. Will you play Nico today? Because I hope so.
Maybe. We'll see.
Linces goes in with the stun as well. Pop Blossom from Vladdy. Stolen away. He was invisible, Vladdy. You gotta stop doing this, Vladdy.
But Vladdy, he's feeling
He's
himself.
got the killer instinct. Pop Blossom, in fact, was the one he stole away. He gets in. Nisqy's down. The Drake's still there as well. Oh, they've just done it. They deleted them in front of their home crowd. 4-0.
As I said, my parents are here, they're supporting me, and I've never lost with them on stage, so it's very important for me to win, right? For my dad, for my mom, and yeah, I'm sorry to be that they're here, you know, they gave me the buff, so we will see what happens, right?
Et on est de retour. We're back here in Evry for the second day of our road trip with some memories from yesterday and of course the crowd roaring already. The blue wall is here ready to take on G2 in our second series of the day. I'm Laure. I'm still here to host the show and I'm going to be with GB and Finn. Guys, what was your highlight from yesterday actually and how are you feeling?
I mean, it had to be Vladdy. I think for me, that guy was just insane. That's some of the best Silas performance I've seen in Europe.
I mean, you took it from me. I mean, everyone, I especially like Yike's early game yesterday, all the creative pathings he found to set his team up for such good success and translate it into the game wins. That was just amazing play from all KC.
I gotta say my highlight is not game related. It is the Vitality fans. As I told you guys yesterday, there's like 10% of Vitality fans and the rest is absolutely blue. And yesterday when Vitality was playing, you could hear the crowd saying, we're so bad, we only have 1 kill, and I only had like football memories of like Premier League fan clubs. It's super wholesome, guys, honestly.
No, the energy is so, what do you say, like contagious. Like, I kind of want to go down there and jump with them later today. I don't know,
I will go.
I'm down because everyone's having a great time. You kind of want to be part of it.
Absolutely great time, but also a lot of serious stakes, as we've talked about in playoffs qualification. So let's take a look at what we have on the menu today, because especially the first game, SK versus Vitality. Well, there's going to be a lot on the line here, and we had a 4th team joining the playoffs. G2 Esports is now locked. The top 4 is now locked. 2 places up for grabs.
Yeah, but it's still incredible how many teams, all of them can still make it. I can't remember the last time we're so close into the end of the regular season that so many teams still had a chance. And you said it, Vitality today can play to try and lock that tiebreaker. SK, it's all or nothing, or they're out. There is so many playoff simplifications today.
I mean, really, this is not a game you can afford to lose. If you're either Vitality or SK, it is still somewhat in your hands. So you need to really seize this moment and try to take this win while you have it.
And you were saying, GB, every team can still make it. That's right. Rogue can still make it, as unbelievable as it is. They're still in contention, especially after the games yesterday, as G2 and KC wants their game. The side quest continues.
I mean, it's not the craziest one. SK versus Vitality, while SK are still underdogs. They could still beat Vitality. Team Heretics versus GX. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Rogue versus MCoy is actually the one where I'm feeling we'll see what happens. But, you know, the side quest is still going, as you say, but once again, not that unlikely. There is still that scenario where you could think it could happen.
Yeah, 2 more spots, 6 more teams. We don't know who's going to lock it yet, but everyone is yearning for those 2 spots.
Absolutely. And for the teams playing for today, as we said, Vitality facing up against SK Gaming. Well, if Vitality wins, SK, BDS and Rogue will be fully eliminated, as you saw on the previous graphic. And if SK wins on the other side, they will lock Team Heretics in playoffs.
Yeah, good for Team Heretics. They've had a really good split so far, so we all know who they're rooting for today. But yeah, teams are going to be sitting at home. They're going to be biting their nails. It's going to be tense. They're going to be hoping for the right team to come out ahead.
Yeah, I mean, while we are here, we get to enjoy it. I don't want to be part of their stress right now because we are here right now and we just want to get into the games, honestly.
And Finn, we sent you to the fans yesterday to ask the question on who is going to have the most aura coming here on stage. I actually had you ask the question in French to the fans, so let's check it out. And who they think had the biggest swag and the biggest aura so far?
J'ai une question pour vous. Qui est le joueur francophone avec les plus grosses baguettes?
Pour moi, c'est Targamas.
C'est Targamas, pourquoi?
Je pense qu'il va savoir se venger et montrer aux fans que qu'il y en a.
Excellente. Incroyable de le venger de Targamas, ouais. Ouais. C'est important.
Je dirais
Quoi?
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est vrai?
Oui.
Oh là là.
Ansama.
Ansama? C'est Ansama, pourquoi? I am right now in the hunt for a player with an SK jersey. There seems spares in this area, but my dream is to find at least one.
What are you looking for?
Player in SK jersey. Avez-vous vu en
maillot?
En maillot? En maillot. Avez-vous vu en maillot avec le SK?
Carmine et Vitality.
The SK fan is the dream, that's for sure.
Je dirais Niski. On va dire il a des années derrière qui fait qu'il a une expérience. Moi pour moi voilà.
Ah merci, c'est bon, il est Niski. Merci beaucoup Hugo.
Caliste.
Caliste. Oh là là, Caliste.
Je vois Caliste.
Ah, Caliste. Ah, naturellement.
Je suis du même avis, Targamas aussi.
Ah, Targamas aussi?
Pour les mêmes raisons.
Oh là là. Targamama.
Okay, guys, something wild, a unicorn, a rare breed here in Evry in the Carmine Corp Arena. Look what I found! Look who I found! An SK jersey. How do you do it?
Very good.
You don't feel too alone here?
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah?
We expected a loss, we got a loss. We are doing better next week.
Yeah, and tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow. Are you here to support your friends?
Oh.
Amazing. What do you think is doing here this start?
For perfect.
Yeah?
Doing extremely well.
Alright.
I think, of course, it's doing the top maybe bottom, but I think
He's
he's
gonna
great.
ramp up, and I'm so happy he finally got a shot.
right.
And yeah, he's only SK fan to support him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good game.
No problem.
I don't know what's the biggest quest between Rogue trying to make playoffs and me trying to find an SK jersey yesterday, but we found it. But also, guys, shout out to your friend, Finn, honestly, with this stupid question that the fans enjoyed, actually. And I think they're right. I think, honestly, Kalis and Targamas had the biggest aura and the biggest support from the crowd today.
I think it's you. It's me.
After that French, absolutely, buddy.
And shout out to GBO also for filming.
I'm the camera guy. What
Complete
can I do?
talents,
Multiple
guys.
talent,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
They can do it all. They can do it all. Quick check on the aura meter that we have, though, because I feel like it is going to be a final race between Hansama and Caliste. But in France, AD carries, French AD carries, for me, it is to be expected. Do you think someone can play spoilers here? Skumon had a great performance yesterday.
That would have to be Skumon for me. I think if you're going up against Jike, who had a phenomenal performance yesterday, if he can kind of flip that around in the KCG2 series later, that's got to give some points.
I mean, for me, that is such an interesting matchup because yesterday we saw Yike come in with his really early creative ganks, and we know Skumon is this really efficient farmer. He's so good on the map, getting so much resources. So that's kind of like the two different styles clashing there. And I really wonder what's going to come out on top, because will Skumon get ahead enough that he can carry the team, or will Yike's early creativity really set up Casey for that success so they can come at G2?
We're all excited about this game, but we have a first one ahead of us for now, and for that, we have the second edition of the Finterview.
One more!
We checked it with Carzy in the Marriott Bonvoy pre-game check-in.
Hi and welcome to another Finterview. My name is Finn and I'm joined here with Carzy, the beautiful man here. Today you will be playing against SK Gaming. How are you feeling about that game?
Hello sir, I'm very excited to play against SK Gaming because our life is on the line. We need to win to get to playoffs. It's really important.
Nice, that's very good to hear that come from you. But we also have a thing now where we are tracking all the French-speaking people's baguette. And who do you think has the biggest baguette out of your support Niski and Bukada, the SK jungler?
For sure it must be Niski because he's my support.
Yeah?
He's part of my life. Like he has to have the biggest baguette.
Ah, that's good. That's good to know. Finally, how is it playing with Naknako and Shaik? Because these two rookies coming in, people didn't really expect much from them, but now they're kind of the stars. They're kind of overshining you, I would say, in the public light. How is it? Is Naknako taking all your fame?
Yeah, they are taking my fame, but I'm quite happy about it because it's time for me to move aside and let the rookies shine. I cannot take all of their light, you know.
Thank you so much. That was all from me and the beautiful Carzy. Back to the desk.
Okay, so I want to quote Carzy on this. Do you feel like the rookies are stepping up because I feel like Carzzy was like one of the centerpieces of Vitality yesterday
Okay,
as
hold
well.
on. First of all, that interview was recorded yesterday.
It is,
right?
it
And
is.
going into that, Finn's statement is true, but I think after yesterday with the match, with the performance that Carzzy had, I think we're looking at Carzzy at the stable pillar that really kept that team in there together with Linces.
I was just lost in Carzzy's eyes during that whole interview. I was just looking at that beautiful man. But I think yesterday he actually really stepped up and showed us why we actually are excited about Carzzy. I think his micro in the team fights bought so much space. I know we're using this term a lot, but he was actually so crucial in a lot of those fights that almost drove Vitality to an upset against Casey. So that is my man to watch today.
What does that say about the matchup that we have today? Because we saw various things from both teams. I don't think I figured out who SK is and who Vitality is, but I don't think they know themselves. Today is going to be really important for all of them, especially given the fact that when you think about this, these are players that know each other on the Rift. They faced off in another setting that was EMEA Masters last year. Completely different look on a lot of players though this time around.
It's so crazy to me that the trajectory of the players have become so different from EMEA Masters, because it was the BDSA members that was ahead in EMEA Masters. Genax was by far one of the best top laners in that entire tournament, and he was outperforming Nako back then.
And I just gotta take this moment to praise Shajek once more time, because coming into this year, people were not excited about Shajek. And that is because in these games, in the EMEA Masters, he was not one of the best performing mid laners. But the way he has solidified himself in this series, in this year, I think is a player to look out for, and really impressive stuff from him.
What do you think of the trajectory of those players? Because look at this, GB, like this matchup, really not the same face nowadays in the LEC.
Not at all. I mean, there were still wacky picks in the top lane back then, but I just think like Nako has brought so much more stability into his playstyle than Genax actually has. And I also think Genax hasn't been getting the same leads as he did back then. I don't know if it's the fact he doesn't have Skewmont anymore, but just from an individual laning phase perspective, Nako is better currently.
Yeah, and I think especially the hurdle going from ERL to LEC as a solo laner, the competition is so much more steep. The gap is so steep, and it becomes so much harder to get those individual lanes as you can get lane leads as you can get in the ERLs.
And same goes for FLICKR and Shayak. That's a matchup that we've seen previously as well. Do we expect that this one is going to go the same way we saw in EMEA Masters Finals, or for me, we're going to be looking at a completely different matchup with maybe Shayak having the upper hand?
I mean, from what we've seen in the LEC, Shayak for sure has the upper hand. But if there's anything we can give FLICKR is that he had really solid laning phase against Caps yesterday. He often had Shayak's number back in the LFL. This is the most comfortable matchup against any other mid laner that FLICKR can find himself in at the moment when it's most crucial. So this is the moment where FLICKR has to get a glimpse of the performance he was able to bring out in EMEA Masters and get ahead of Shayak.
I don't know for you guys, but when I look at these two teams, for me, it's not so much about who is going to be consistent. It's about who is not going to drop the ball at a crucial moment. Because when I look at SK's games, they can have solid early games. They managed to combat, but having a clean performance from the beginning to the end of the game, I don't feel like I've seen this that much from them, and so goes for Vitality. So which direction is this one going to go?
So I really want to see FLICKR integrate with a new piece of SK Bokada, because I think FLICKR is at his best when he can actually move on the map and work together with his team. I don't think he's a laner that is like the strongest, but when he can help the side laners, that is when he's at his best. So I want to see FLICKR and Bokada keep drafting strong 2v2 mids and keep implementing those on the map.
Absolutely. And honestly, today, looking at this matchup, it doesn't matter so much what this team have been doing in the LEC so far. It matters what they're going to showcase today at Evry in Carmine Corp's house. Everything is on the line for this team who still want to have a playoffs qualification for them. It is time for me to send it back to the stage and Dwagby to introduce the teams.